Hello, peeps. It's your girl, Osejo, for good morning, good afternoon, good evening. When you're listening to me, I'm just waking up now. I had a dream. I didn't get the clearance and the interpretation appropriately. Then I had to go back to sleep so that I can get it very well. And I got it. So here is the thing. It happens to me like that. I don't know if it happens to another person. If I get a dream, like a message, and I don't get it clearly, I quickly go back to sleep. I don't wait for any distraction. I don't open my eye. I don't press my phone. Once I wake up and I don't get it clearly, I go back to sleep and I ask questions. So I was in a dream where little children of nursery and primary and secondary school have closed from school and they were going home. And I came out to say New Haven Junction, like the Juhel filling station area, to buy something from the Hausa man that is selling those sweet string gum biscuits around there. There are two Hausa guys that are selling stuff there, if you realize, if you live in Enugu. So I was standing on one shop. He's not around. He wasn't around. And I was looking at some pupil who came to buy some sweets, and they would pay like for two sweets, but they would steal one and pass it like this, just like this, pass it to the other person, steal another one, pass it. So you see, they will just pay for like one or two, but they've actually stolen like three or four or five because they kept passing it to the next person who will steal and hide in their pockets, and probably they go and share later. As they progress and go back home, they will be eating their sweets and their chewing gum. So when I saw that, I knew this was really wrong. I gave it a thought. I said, I am Medoleha no Mwazi. Did we do this kind of thing whilst growing up? And I said, yes, we did it too, but it's not so right. So the dream has two interpretations. Nwatakịrị ga-abụrịrị nwatakịrị first. Then the second interpretation is actually the interpretation I got whilst when I went back to sleep. So I now called the two children who were doing that on that man's table. In fact, they outsmart you. You won't even know what they are doing. I called them now to this other table. I now said to them, I called the other ones because I realized it's something that they've constantly done. It's not just about the two children, but the students deliberately know that these guys there are loose, so they go there to peel from them, and they succeed always because they may pay for this and then have stolen the other. So it's either they are losing money, but they cannot even place appropriately where the monies are being lost. When I called those two, I now saw the other ones hanging around to go and do the same thing to that same man. I now called them and called some of the students, both nursery, primary. No nursery. It was primary and secondary. Say from primary 3, 4, and above to secondary up to SS. I was speaking to them, but me, who was standing on another person's table, the person who owns the table wasn't there. I was just waiting for the man to come so that I would buy what I wanted to buy. So when I surrounded them in the man's table like that, I was speaking to them saying, I realized that you people go to buy one thing, then you steal other things and put in your pockets. How excited are you? Do you feel knowing you stole something and you shared the thing that you stole? Behold, the people I am talking to were more concerned about the same thing that they did to the other man's table. they wanted to do it on this other man's table. So that's when I knew it was a routine. They know I'm not the seller of that table, but they couldn't go to that table knowing that man was not around. Probably he had noticed he loses a lot of money when those children are dismisses from school. So he goes out. So when I came to buy something from him, he wasn't around, but I insisted to wait until he came back or he comes back. So, but the children were more concerned in stealing the same thing that they were stealing in the other table. So before me, they started also pilfering and passing. This will take this. Before my eyes will be here, this other person have taken this. Before my eyes could go here, this other person have taken something. Before I could look forward, this other person have taken another thing. These children took everything, almost everything on that table, and the whole table became really scanty, really, really scanty, and was left with just small, small items. What pained me, that got me really angry, was when one of the senior boys that I called as well to talk to, so that he can as well help to talk to his students, went to take this. It now looked like this my zealot was on the Hausa man's table. So he now disengaged the cable and took the speaker and ran away with it. Immediately I looked at him. I said to him, "Hey guy, if I don't remember anybody's face here, I should remember your own. And by this time tomorrow, I'll be in your school and you'll be sorry because I'll make sure you're expelled." Immediately I said that, he quickly brought back my zealot speaker, kept it there, dumped it there, and then ran away. So I just took what belonged to me, looked at the table. They were all scanty. The children have all gone away. I just did not, I now woke up from the sleep. It was a dream. Makachuku, this was a dream. I woke up from the sleep. I started thinking, what could this be? This table is not mine. And these children that I called to come and listen to what I would have to say to them ended up stealing from this table as if they know, self, it's not as if they know the table isn't mine, but they ended up stealing everything on the table to the point of stealing my own item, which is the zealot speaker. I said, no way, man. I need to go back to sleep to get an interpretation of this dream because so when I got back to sleep, I just saw clearly this is exactly the message I'm getting. This is exactly how the social media is. That's the message that was written like this. The interpretation of the dream, when I went back to sleep a second time, they just wrote it like, you know how you go to buy a shawarma and that's their inscription, shawarma. That's how they wrote it for me. This is how the social media is. Facebook. This is how the social media is, especially Facebook. Wow, wow, wow. Then I now soliloquized back again, afresh, to the dream, how it started and where it ended. And now said, oh, yes, really, really, really. Because if I didn't go back to sleep, I may just attribute it to something else, like somebody is trying to steal my thing. But it wasn't my thing. The person who took my thing had to return my thing. It was a clear message that should be given to all and sundry on this social blue app and every other social media. The meaning of this dream also came, saying, this is how the social media works. Facebook intrinsically was clear. People on these apps sell different things. Other people on this app steal different contents. That's the meaning of the dream. Other people on this app try to copyright people who are stealing what they have. Others do not even know whom will speak for them. They don't know how to go about it. But they know that somebody, somewhere, is eating from their hard work. Oh, my world. When I got the interpretation, when I started digesting the interpretation, I said to myself, you see this God, except he doesn't want to show a thing, he will surely show a thing. My advice is, whatever you're doing on the social media, just carve out a niche for yourself. Just carve out a niche for yourself. Concentrate on what you're doing. If you have to deviate, you can pause the one that you're doing, then begin the new one, except you have the strength to carry on with the two. But it's a total distraction. It is a total distraction. One thing at a time. You may go chasing people who are even using your content and end up losing your own page. You may go chasing people who are stealing sweets from other people, and as much as you're complaining or trying to tell them to stop stealing from you, they end up facing you squarely and stealing yours big time. That's the message. So just concentrate on what you're doing. Be doing what you're doing. I'm just happy that in that dream, the person who took my zealot returned it bam and kept it where he saw it. Like, I didn't even stretch my hand to collect it. I told the boy face to face, I said, do not try it. By this time tomorrow, I will make sure in your school you are expelled. They wear blue and white in that dream. I don't know which school wears blue and white. He quickly returned. He has gone foul, but he heard me. He quickly came back. Guy, I think his friends, one of the friends said, guy, no play. Quickly brought it back and returned it back and kept it where he saw it. So those who clamp on people's content, let's be careful. Let's be really, really careful. Don't do that, especially when it's not yours. Even though the apps have a way of clamping on copyright infringement, even when the person doesn't mean it. Like, they have rights manager. rights manager goes to clamp other people's content once you post it. And you're posting it innocently because maybe you have the audience and you may want more visibility to it. But little did you know that the rights manager that Facebook has given to you would go through the algorithm to go clamp on someone else's content to claim it as yours. So you can always do two things. Is either you go to the back end if you have access to the back end and allow that content to thrive as that you're not the owner, or that you don't post anybody's stuff at all, and have your peace. So if you're still thinking that you're going to be using people's content, I think it's also a forewarning. It's also a forewarning. I'm getting another message now. That zealot that was brought back wasn't just brought back because it was my own. It was brought back, and I'm getting a message that other people's items that have been stolen would one day be given back to them. That's the clear message that I got just now. That other people's items that have been stolen will one day be brought back to them. That's the meaning of the speaker that was brought back. I'm not, the message I was thinking it was is that it's brought back because it's mine. No. So have faith. No noise. Have faith. Anybody who has taken your content, even when you know it is your content, but you can't do anything because maybe your page is not monetized. Dear, calm down. On a good day, everything will be brought back to you. Everything will be brought back to you. So everything you've lost will surely be brought back to you. Your content, your monetizations, your stars, your anything, any part of the monetization processes that you've lost will surely come back to you. So just don't give up. Be consistent. Carve out a niche for yourself. Put out something always. It will surely pay. It's only hard work that pays. And until that hard work, the work must mean more before it pays well. So that's the message for this morning. My name is Ozie Ejiofor. I hope you have a lovely day. It's Saturday. Big ups, peace out. Please share. I want this message shared. It will be nice. I know a lot of people are in various sagas because of this kind of thing. For God to have given it to me as a dream and even interpreted it for me, pointing the social media as the reason for giving me the dream. I haven't been on a live broadcast in the last 1 week. I have been so sick, hospitalized, discharged, sore throats, very ill. I didn't go to work at all in the whole of this week. I didn't work at all. So for me to get this clear message and giving instruction to say it, I just did not want to hesitate before I forget, because once it comes and I don't say it, I quickly forget. So Udo Dilun on the buy, help me share the message so that those who are in contention with their ownerships, with the people paying them, with their rights manager monetizations and various other monetizations, will at least see this video and have some peace of mind, knowing that one day all that they've lost will surely come back to them. And the ones that is not theirs, they will not bother to go and clamp on it. The ones that they own, they will utilize it very well. Then the ones who are reaping others off their own sweat will have a rethink and begin to think again on how to release what isn't theirs. And the ones who do not have even the way of going to the, in fact, I had to learn how to go to the back end of my page so that I can at least look at what happens, read and read and read. It's a complex place, but yet very simple to operate, and release all the whole videos and messages and pictures and everything that is irrelevant to you, that you do not own. The same thing is happening on YouTube, maybe. I hope everybody who is in the social media space gets to see this message and utilize it very well by hearing it, sharing it, and doing the needful to the message. Thanks and have a beautiful day. It's your girl, Uzie Jeffo. Have a wonderful Saturday. Good morning.